Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Let's Talk CFL podcast, episode number 629. I am your host, Christopher Jones, coming to you from Merritt, British Columbia. And we're going to talk some football. We're in the middle of the playoffs. Both the semifinals were this past weekend. The finals are coming up. We're going to review and preview all four of those games because that's what we do. We talk football, Canadian football. At least now it's Canadian football, at least for a little while anyhow, until they fuck it up. But that's another story, and we're not going to deal with that tonight because
no, we're not.
Because we're
we don't
not.
want Willie to get mad.
No, we're not.
Okay, so we're going to talk some football, but we're talking about the playoffs right now, and that's the big thing. But let's introduce the panel. And the first up will be William MacDonald. Willie, how you doing?
I am doing just wonderful. Did not like the results of last week's games, but oh well, I'm disappointed once again, and that's part of my life. I get disappointed quite often, but hey, whatever. Another day.
Were you surprised?
There'll be another season. Yep. I was surprised at one of the games. So yeah. And once again, I'm in my old age, I'm getting better and better at not showing my grandsons things they shouldn't see, i.e. I turn the Calgary game off before I put my foot through the TV. How does that sound?
Yeah. Good plan.
Yeah. And they said, Grandpa,
why aren't we?
They said, Grandpa, why aren't we watching anymore? I said, oh, because I want to spend more time with you guys. Is that okay? Oh, sure it is, Grandpa.
What an awesome dude. Awesome dude. Okay.
Absolutely.
Next up, Scott Morledge, Regina,
Good
Saskatchewan.
evening. I am doing well. Looking forward to this weekend of football. Don't want it to come to an end, but unfortunately, that's how all things work.
Yeah, one of us is going to be disappointed this weekend.
Yes.
The other two already are.
Yeah. I'll be at the game, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah. Like I said, I think BC's got the advantage, but that stadium's the great equalizer. I don't know what's going to happen there.
It's tough. It's a tough one.
It's tough. It's a tough one. Okay. And last and mostly least, I'm sorry, not Rick MacDonald. Oh, Winnipeg Blue Bombers, another loser team. There you go. How you doing, Rick?
I'm doing great. And while we're not a loser team, we did lose on the weekend. And that is the way it goes. There can only be one winner in each game. I'm looking for a little joy this weekend. I'm all aboard the green machine to beat those BC Lions.
Okay, I gotta stop for a second here. Can you guys start reviewing the games? William, can you do that?
Sure we can. Yep. Are you going away? Oh, okay, he's gone. Anyways, let's start with the Winnipeg Montreal game last Saturday. Ricky, What do you have to say about that game?
Well, it would have been nice if the Bombers played the whole game. I'm not sure where they were in the first half. They made it a contest, at least in the second half. But if I'm being honest, I wasn't really on the wagon saying we would for sure win that one. But there's always a chance because, football playoff, one game, it's not best of 7, it's not best of 5. The team that plays best that day gets the win, and it is not always the better team. So CJ might be a little bit disappointed. He thinks the Lions are the better team, but they got to be the best team on that day.
They do.
Indeed. The only question I have, and this is, I think it's like a tape that just keeps going in loop. Rushing yards, I'm looking at the stats. Winnipeg Blue Bombers, Brady Oliveira, 8 rushes, 38 yards.
Yeah.
Why?
They didn't even
I guess
try.
I gotta stop blaming Buck Pierce. Last year I blamed him the whole year for not running him, and he's not there this year, and they did the same stupid shit.
My question is this I don't know, is this an issue with Mike O'Shea? I don't know.
Because none of us can know, right?
I tend to wonder if Mike O'Shea even gives a shit about the offense. Okay.
He's
been
a
defense guy his whole life, and he has guys that run the offense. So I don't know.
Like they put up a hell of an effort in the second half.
Yep.
First half,
Yeah, they were absent.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, well, that's another way of putting it.
Yeah. Okay, they shit.
I could see if Winnipeg tried the running game and Montreal was stopping it, but eight tries? Come on.
Well, even if you stop the actual run, which is fine, you still have to find a way to get him the ball. No Brady Oliveira involved, no win.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
You're right.
Yeah,
he's half their offense.
He was the MOP last year in the CFL, right?
And not only did that, but now you have Nick Dembski out of the game, who's arguably one of the best players in the CFL.
Huge.
So you don't have him there. It should have been 3/4 of that game was Oliveira.
Yes.
Yeah. Indeed. Like he doesn't even get going till he gets 20 carries under his belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to get him doing that little helmet smack and.
I mean, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. And once again, Oliveira, it's his contract year, isn't it? Will they re-sign him?
No, he's already pretty much said he's done.
Okay. Okay, if that's how you read through the lines.
He's done as in retired?
No, he's going somewhere else. He wants to go somewhere where he can win a Grey Cup, essentially, is what he said.
And there's no
Rick
way
doesn't want to hear that, and I get it, but go back and read.
He doesn't need a running back.
What's that?
At this stage,
he wants to go where he can win a Grey Cup. BC doesn't need a running back.
Free agents say what.
Well, next year BC might.
Negotiation time.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
I wouldn't come back to a team that wasn't using me.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I don't disagree one of those things.
He's frustrated, and I'll be honest with you. And I mean, every team goes through this. The chances of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers being in that Grey Cup next year is nil.
Why would you say that?
Very low.
Why would you say that?
Why would I say that?
Yeah, well, I'm curious to know what your
because they're going to have a lot of turnover.
But in the CFL, you can turn a team around in a year.
Yeah, well, unless you're Ottawa.
Half a
unless
year.
You're Ottawa.
Right. Sure.
You're right. I just don't see it happening.
So you can't. It's really hard to, other than Ottawa. Well, not even that now. Other than
who knows,
Edmonton. Who knows?
I'd be surprised.
Yeah, but
I think it's too early to talk in any sort of absolutes about any coach's choices or free agents where they're going. Like who the fuck knows, right?
Anyways, you know what? We're off the topic here because we're talking about that game. Let's move on to the next game. Move on to the next game. Yep.
I was just really impressed with how strong Montreal was at the beginning of this game and why they took their foot off the gas in the second half and or what did happen in the Winnipeg locker room that actually jump-started their ass and got them out in the field playing football, because they were not only lethargic, they were pathetic in the first half.
What happened in the locker room is they realized they were lethargic and they changed their mind for the second half, which teams can do that, especially a team that's been to the Grey Cup 5 times.
Someone stepped up and called the whole team out.
Yep.
Likely. Yeah. Wasn't enough, though.
Anyhow,
I guess
this was a Winnipeg into Montreal with the Alouette victory, 42-33. It was a big comeback, 75 points total. Willie and Rick had picked Winnipeg. Everybody else picked Montreal. Rick picked up an extra 8 points. Mike picked up 2. Everybody else went low. This was a very high-scoring game. Okay. The second game up in the afternoon was the Calgary Stampeders came into BC to play the Lions. And this was a very close, hard-fought game, back and forth. Calgary played a lot better than I thought they would. BC did not play as good as I thought they would. And the better team did not win. Okay, Calgary was a more dominant force in this game. They statistically were a superior team in yardage, offense, time of possession, everything about it. But as we always say, the only statistic that counts is the W at the end.
You betcha.
And good teams will find a way to win a bad game. And the Lions came out victorious in this. Charles, you were at the game. Do you have anything to say?
I was. Well, the BC Lions offense didn't have their A game on Saturday. Not exactly an ideal time for that to happen. Their play calling, I found, was extremely conservative. When the Lions are playing the best on offense, they're pushing the ball down the field. They just didn't do that very much on Saturday. They were playing a lot of short yardage, a lot of, crossing patterns, and that's not their strength, I don't think. I thought the Calgary defense played very well. And finally, I was going to make this point because Will and I have talked about this in previous playoff games. Calgary finally used their running back. Dedrick Mills at over 100 yards rushing. Yep. If you'd have told me everything that had happened, if you'd have told me everything that had happened and all the stats without knowing the score, in that game, I would have thought that the Stampeders would have won. Two areas that killed the Stampeders in this one. Number one,
stupidity.
Special teams. We'll get to that, but special teams. Lions were getting big returns all night. Seven McGee started with a 50-plus yard return on the kickoff, and then Robert Carter Jr., who got robbed in the Rookie of the Year nomination, I think, with a 95-yard touchdown return for a kickoff return for a touchdown. And then, of course, Mr. Automatic, Sean White, winning the game. Where Calgary really screwed up, clock management. In both halves of the game. First half, I don't know what the hell they were thinking about. They're throwing the ball. There's like 7 seconds left. I'm like, okay, this is where you kick the field goal. You get points before halftime. Instead, they screw around. Vernon Adams Jr. has to scramble around it a little bit. Completes the pass, but it didn't matter because the clock was over. And then I thought their clock management in the second half was even worse. Because we just talked about how the running game was going well. They had the ball with about a minute left at the BC 30-yard line. So why are you not running the ball, grounding it out, keeping the clock running, and then you get down there and you can kick the winning field goal?
It wouldn't have been a winning field goal. It would have been a tying field goal.
It would have been a tying field goal. You're right. But they throw two deep passes, both of which missed. You're right. They weren't even close to connecting. There's two things. First of all, you don't get any yardage, and when you throw the ball, the clock stops. So they kicked the field goal, tied the game, but they left Nathan Rourke half a minute to play with the ball then. And yes, Sparky, he can run a last-minute scoring drive. As we just saw, 3 plays down the field, in the field goal range, Sean White kicks the winner. In my mind, the clock management killed the Stampeders. I think they win if they're a little bit smarter with it.
Nathan Rourke didn't drive down the field in the last drive.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't. Calgary fumbled.
No, that was before that.
That was at the very end of the game.
That was before the field. No, it was not. That was before that.
Yeah. No.
No. Calgary kicked the tying field goal. The Lions took the ball after that. Yes.
Well, I must have missed something.
The fumble was earlier. The fumble was about 2 minutes
3 minutes left.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
2.5 minutes left. Yes.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And that actually gave the Lions the lead at the time, but then Calgary came back, got the field goal, but then the Lions drove back the other way. But yeah, without that clock management, they probably win that game.
When a team who is an offensive force, and the offense has an off game, and the defense and the special teams step up and are outstanding, that is what a winning team does.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lions did that. You know, you've got three facets of a football game, and all three have to be clicking. You cannot just have strong offense. You have to have defense and special teams.
I could turn it around and say, you know what? Calgary's defense came with their A game. That's why BC's offense looked horrible or didn't play like they normally do.
They played well too. They did play well.
Yeah, I just the Stampeders made some mistakes that they shouldn't have made. And like I said, as I'm sitting there watching the TV on my stepson's brand new 85-inch smart TV, I said to myself, "No, Will,
been nice to watch.
you can't afford to buy him a new TV. You better turn it off right now." So
yeah,
there you go.
Good plan. Good plan.
Yep.
Hey, you're maturing finally.
I know my limits. I know my limits.
Awesome.
And honestly, it could have been against any other team other than BC, and I wouldn't have had that reaction. So, anyways,
I'm sorry that you feel that way, Willie.
Yes, you know how I feel about BC.
But wait, didn't you pick BC?
Well, of course, because I thought they're just going to destroy them. They're going to thrash them because they're so much better than Calgary is.
Well, they are. They just didn't play that well. Okay, so this was a BC Lions victory, 33-30 in a walk-off Sean White field goal with no time remaining on the clock. Total of 63 points. Everybody picked BC to win. But the difference was Charles picked up 26 points, Willie 18, CJ 24, Rick 32, Sparky 22, Mike 20, and Scott 28. So, how does this mess with our standings?
Really? Did I pick BC to win?
Yep.
Yeah, everybody did.
Oh, I was sure I picked Calgary. I fucking hate BC.
It's a genetic thing. It's a genetic thing, guys. Don't worry about it.
Go Riders.
So,
your mistake.
The panelists, we are very close in our race right now. Scott is in the lead with 228 points. Charles at 226. CJ at 224, Mike at 222, Sparky at 222, and then the McDonald's are down at 140 and 118, respectively, between Rick and Will. Will, you're at the bottom there, buddy. That's not good. Okay, so overall,
I'm fifth place loser.
Yeah. So overall on the season so far, CFL.ca Media has Pat Steinberg at 56. Okay. And we've got a three-way tie at 55 between Charles, CJ, and Sparky, with Will at 49 and Rick at 47. Scott and Mike are down in the 20s. Okay. So this week we have two playoff games. The victorious BC Lions are going into Saskatchewan to play the Rough Riders, but that will be the second game. The first one will be the Montreal Alouettes into the Hammer to play the Ticats. And both games will be going this Saturday, right?
Yeah.
On Saturday. I don't know why we can talk about that later. But Grey Cup should be on a Saturday. Why is it on a Sunday? I don't know. I don't get it. Okay.
Confusing.
So the first game up is the Montreal Alouettes into Hamilton. CFL.ca Media has a split. Pat Steinberg and Christina Constable have taken the Ticats. The other three have got the Alouettes. Okay. So FanDuel has Montreal at 2.5-point favorite with an over-under of 52.5. Sparky Calculator has Montreal at 59 points. I got to do this thing here. Could put Mike and Scott in here because they're late arrivals. So Sparky has Montreal at 59, and Mike has Hamilton at 56. Wow. Okay. CJ will go just because I don't want to be called a cheater. I'm taking the Montreal Alouettes at 54 points. No, you don't get that right anymore. You're only allowed to say that once, and then you can't say it again.
Cheater! You just said we couldn't call you a cheater. I'm going against it. Cheater!
No, I'm not even going to take a score from you.
William, you have to learn to accept change.
Doesn't matter.
Charles.
Cheater.
Yes.
What would you like to pick here?
This is a tough game, but I mean, it's just hard to pick against Davis Alexander because he hasn't lost yet. And he finally got some adversity last week once the Alouettes fell behind to the Bombers in that game, but he picked it up and turned the game around pretty quickly. So, although bullied by Mitchell and the Ticats have actually had a great year, or a pretty good year, I mean, anyway, maybe not a great year, but I just got to go with Montreal. I'm sorry. It's just, you got to pick Davis Alexander, I think, till he loses. Now, of course, if he makes the Grey Cup and the Lions are playing him, I'm probably not going to pick him. But this week, that's not a problem for me. And quite frankly, I'm just going to stick with more than probably, but I'm going to stick with the Alouettes here. I think Alouettes, I'll go Alouettes 52.
52. Okay.
Yep.
William?
Yes, sir.
You stop being cheeky. You can now take your pick.
Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Cheater. Anyways,
fuck you. And anybody that looks like you, like your brother.
Anyways, I don't think Hamilton's a good team. I don't think Hamilton's a good team. I'm going to pick Montreal 62.
Okay. The year we were born.
Yes.
Yeah. No, you're correct. I don't think Hamilton is a good team. I've said that since the beginning of the season. They still, I don't think, have beat a team over 500. So I don't see them beating Montreal. Rick, what are you going to do?
Montreal 58. I agree with all the comments.
Okay. Scott, what are you going to do here?
I'm actually going to go ahead and pick Hamilton at 57. You got to lose eventually, and I think a lack of experience for Davis Alexander is going to catch up to him in this one. It's a bigger stage than the semifinals were, and I don't know if it was in Montreal, I would pick Montreal, but with it being in Hamilton, I just see it being a little bit too big of a stage, and his emotions maybe just getting the better of him on this one.
I really want to see Rourke and Alexander do battle in the Grey Cup.
Oh, that'd be great.
So I do too.
The two young studs, I think that would sell fucking tickets. I know the Grey Cup sold out, but you know
it'd
what I'm
be
talking
great.
about.
I have a problem with that. Great.
That means Saskatchewan loses.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, well, it's your problem. Okay.
It is.
So the next game is the one that's all near and dear to our hearts because the Eastern Division really doesn't matter. Is the Saskatchewan Roughriders are hosting the BC Lions. And Pat Steinberg, the leading picker on the CFL.ca media, is the only one that took the BC Lions.
Well, now we know why he's the leading
Everybody else went
picker.
with the Riders. So be it. FanDuel has Saskatchewan at 3.5-point favorites with an over-under of 53.5. That's close to my 54. Sparky is taking BC Lions at 55. Mike is taking Saskatchewan at 48. CJ is going to take the BC Lions at 54. Rick, what are you doing?
Riders 58.
Saskatchewan 58. Charles?
Okay, well, this is a tough one
Riders.
for me. What should I pick here? I don't know. Do I want to pick BC? Yeah, I think I'll pick BC. I think I'll go with off the grid and go with BC. And yeah, I'm thinking their beat offense isn't gonna sputter 2 weeks in a row. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just my opinion. BC 51.
51. Okay. Scott, what do you want to do? Are you going to be a homer here?
Well, I'm into picking teams based on who I actually believe will win. I'm not gonna lie, I am actually picking BC in this one.
Wow.
At 51. I think it'll be a great game. I think it'll be close.
Didn't you just listen? Charles picked 51.
Saw that. 52.
Correct.
I just think, I don't know. There's just a gut feeling I have that says I have no good reason. I just have a gut feeling on this one.
Hey, Ryder fan.
It might be gas, but I don't know.
What score do you want?
He said 52.
52?
Yeah.
Okay. I can do 52.
Is that game
Willie,
sold
you're
out,
last
Scott?
there. What would you like to do?
Yeah, there's like a few hundred tickets left. We'll get to that.
I am going to go with the Saskatchewan Roughriders. I don't normally pick them ever. And I'm going to go 62 again.
High scoring game. There you go. I think this is going to be an exciting week of football. And when have the playoffs been so difficult to pick?
In a long time.
All 4 games that we've had this year are very difficult to pick the winners. Although I personally thought Montreal was going to dominate Winnipeg, and they didn't. It was a very close game. It could have gone either way. I thought BC was going to dominate Calgary. They did not. It went the other way. And so, yeah, it's just the final 2-3 weeks of the season were meaningful. Mm-hmm. The playoffs so far are unpredictable.
Like the final game.
Yeah. Yep. See, I think in that BC Saskatchewan game, I have no doubt that Nathan Warwick eventually wants to go back to the NFL, and I'm there to support that decision if he does do that. I think he just has a fraction more to play for because of that passion to want to go back. Because if he wins a Grey Cup, his resume it's building.
I honestly don't think his resume is solid enough.
No, not this season. But if he wins the Grey Cup, that helps.
Yeah,
100% it does.
He needs to be here for 2 or 3 years.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But
he can go back.
Who knows?
I mean, hey, Jeff Garcia did. Doug Flutie did. You got to come out here and you got to just light the place up consistently for a longer period of time than half a season.
Yeah, it never happens, especially with quarterbacks. It never happens after one season. It just doesn't.
No. Okay. So that's our game. And even then, that's what's happening. That's where we're going. And we're going to have some amazing football this weekend, and it's going to be exciting. Absolutely. William,
possibly.
What do you have to say, sir?
About what?
I don't know. You just seemed over there.
The reason I'm picking Saskatchewan is threefold. Number one, Calgary gave them a run for their money last weekend, and Saskatchewan is going to use that big time. They also played BC last game of the year, and they probably would have won if they had left Harris in and not put Jake Mayer in. And I just don't think BC's that good. Just my opinion. And the other thing is I hope, and I hate this, but I hope that Saskatchewan fans are absolutely nuts and you can't hear yourself.
They will, that part.
They will.
Here's my thing
it's going to be a chilly day too for them.
Here's my thing
is possible snow.
How the BC Lions played in the last game of the season to how the BC Lions played last weekend doesn't mean that's how they're going to play this weekend. It's a different game. Different atmosphere.
But they put a whole bunch of shitty games together. Okay, so doesn't mean they can't revert back to that way either.
No,
I personally, BC has had 2 shitty weekends in a row here with the Saskatchewan and then with Calgary, and they came out victorious. They played terrible in both games. They should have lost both of those games, and they didn't. Good teams find ways to win.
So do lucky teams.
Mm-hmm.
So do lucky teams. You got to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good.
You got to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good.
In my case, good teams find a way to lose. Just saying.
That's only if you got a W on the side of your helmet, William.
You know what? Single game knockout, you shit the bed one day, it's all over. That's a lot of pressure, and it happens a lot.
Of course it does.
Forget
lots of people that can't
play
win the big game.
You know, that game is going to come down to who can run the ball better.
You know.
Right.
Because it's going to be a cold one.
Yeah.
Is it going to be snowy?
Just to get on the record here, guys.
Is it going to be snowy?
Snowy, rainy.
It'll be cold.
Minus
temperatures.
6, roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be chilly and cold and wet.
Just to go on the record here, guys, Nathan Rourke will never start in the NFL.
No, he'll never start in the NFL. For
never.
Sure.
Probably not. That doesn't mean he won't try. That doesn't mean he won't try.
Oh, that's right.
He wouldn't mind third string quarterback money. I guarantee you.
He would not. But just
Neither
for the record.
At $2 million a year, I would take third string quarterback money.
So would I.
So please, it doesn't matter whether he starts or not, Rick. It's whether or not he stays.
Well,
I would.
It's a matter of getting your chance.
Okay.
If he goes down there and gets a contract for one season, he's better than being 4 years in the CFL.
Yeah, and also if he dresses for enough games, not even plays but dresses, he can get the NFL pension.
Now they changed that.
Right.
Which is a
once
big
again.
Did they change that?
Once again, what I revert back to is
that's what Stroud got.
When Alex Singleton went to the NFL in 2019, he didn't make the team. He was going to come back to the CFL. Apparently the contract was done, but somebody said, hey, you should stick around. And he was on the practice roster. He made the game day. He made the game day roster a couple of times, and now he's in Denver, and he just signed a multi-year millions of dollars contract. So
he's an anchor on that Denver defense too.
Yes, he is. Oh, yeah. Yes, he is. And the only difference between him and Adam Big Hill is about 6 inches.
Yep.
Stop talking about his dick, Willie.
I can't help myself. Sorry. Anyway,
he just got the image burnt into his head.
That's funny, Dick Willie. I like that.
Dick Willie. It's amazing this year watching Calgary and seeing Adam Big Hill come out. And I don't know if it's because he was wearing red. He looks like he's a fucking midget.
He's a midget.
He's not tall at all. But he looked bigger. He looked bigger in BC colors for some reason. And Winnipeg colors.
And you know what's funny? He's taller
Everything
than
looks
Solly.
bigger in black.
He's taller than who?
Solly.
Yep, he is.
Yeah.
You didn't notice Solly's height because of his dreadlocks.
they were just. I met them out in Chilliwack at that sports store.
Yep.
And they were just like little people. It was
shorter.
Cool.
They were shorter than I was.
Yeah.
I know. I'm going, fuck. What is going on? I look bigger than a CFL player. And it's true. At the time, I was good 250 pounds, too. I was definitely bigger than both of them. Anyhow, I'm not 250 pounds anymore. I dropped about 70. Anyhow, where are we going? What are we going to do here? Charles put up an agenda. Let's see what he had to say. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing here.
I think we have a lot to say about a certain thing today, I guess.
Well, there is news.
That came right out of left field.
Ottawa Red Blacks were eliminated from playoff contention. They fired their head coach, Bob Dice. Nobody was surprised at this. The only surprise was that it took so long to happen. It should have been 3 years ago. That didn't happen. So they're without a head coach. So the big question we asked last week is, who's going to fill that spot? Well, this morning, It was announced.
Not one of us said Ryan Dinwiddie, did we?
Not one of us said
Nope.
Ryan Dinwiddie, but Ryan Dinwiddie, the head coach of the Toronto Argonauts, will be the head coach and general manager of the Ottawa Red Blacks. I always thought that when a team is doing really bad and they fire their head coach, they should get somebody that's better. My opinion, they have not stepped up that much.
Two great cups in the last 4 years.
I'm going to disagree with that.
I disagree as well.
Go ahead. How come there's always a massive exodus from his team? Every year, not just the years that he wins the Grey Cup. Every year, players leave Toronto and coaches. He's a difficult man to work with. It's
usually every year they win a Grey Cup, they disappear because they won the Grey Cup and they can move on.
And Chad
Kelly wants to live in Toronto.
Fine. I'm entitled to my opinion. I think Ryan Dinwiddie should have been fired the year that they won the Grey Cup. But they won the Grey Cup. How do you fire your coach then? Because the team was terrible. Okay. But Winnipeg came out and shit the bed. They got drunk in Montreal again or something like this, and they lost the Grey Cup to a terrible Toronto Argonaut team. Twice.
Yeah.
So anyways, Ryan Dinwiddie is now the head coach and general manager of the Ottawa Red Blacks. Good luck to them.
So
now
the second part of that I don't like. But
what's that?
Sorry. The second part of that I don't like. He's a head coach. He should not be general manager. I don't think that's
no one should.
In today, I was going to say in today's sport, no one should have both. There's too much for one guy. No one should have both roles anymore.
No one's good at both.
Seemed to work for Wally Buono.
It's very rare that happens.
Different time.
Rick, how many head coach, general manager, people out there have been successful? Can you name 5?
No idea. I can't even name 5 that had the job. That's not the part of football I concentrate on.
Like you put Wally Buono in there, just like you can compare no one to Doug Flutie.
But you know what? I'm also going to say this about Wally Buono. Anytime he was a GM in Calgary, in BC, he always would surround himself with a good player personnel guy. Calgary, he had Roy Shivers. Here in BC, he had Bob Obilovich. Those guys would probably take a lot of the GM's duties while he was busy coaching. Obviously, Wally would have the final say, but he always had those guys there to do that.
Yeah. I can't remember the last time I've seen a good combo coach.
Oh, it was Chris
John
Jones,
Hofnagel,
wasn't it?
Oh,
Wally Buono, Don Matthews.
Was Don Matthews ever GM?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
I didn't think he was.
He was. That was a while ago.
Yeah.
I can't name another one.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things
it happens, but it's rare.
What about Dave Dickinson?
One of the things I was reading today is that Ryan Dinwiddie and Michael Clemens did not see eye to eye on anything, which I read that too, which I could understand. So
I will go back to something I said several years ago, something I reiterated during the Chad Kelly affair. I do not believe Michael Pinball Clemens is the general manager of the Toronto Argonauts. He's a mascot. He's actually not doing the job. The job's being done by John Murphy. I don't think he's smart enough to be a GM.
But he's a likable fella.
He's likable. Sure.
He goes
like
out
I said,
and
he's a
smiles
mascot.
for the camera.
He's a good symbol.
Yeah. But you want to know who did have a good working relationship with Pinball? Michael Shea.
Ding, ding, ding. And that's the second part of my question.
Teammates.
He's gone.
Who is going to fill the position in Toronto? Now, there was a list. John Hodges
14 guys
came
on
up
that
with
list.
14 candidates, and some of them are quite interesting. I do have a question for you. Why has Noel Thorpe never been offered a position as a head coach? He's an amazing defensive mind. He's been successful wherever he's gone. Yet every time he comes out, his name is said in a head coaching position, the teams go a different direction. Even though when he's down to the wire in final selection, they never pick Noel Thorpe.
How many Grey Cup rings does he have? Anybody? I don't know either.
I don't know.
You know, maybe
does he really want to? Is my question.
That's a good question.
Yep.
He did want to, and Kent Austin wouldn't let him interview for it. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And then the next year he left Hamilton to go to Ottawa, if I'm correct.
He has 2 Grey Cup rings.
You looked it up?
I just looked it up.
With Montreal?
He won a Grey Cup in 2023 with Montreal, and he won a Grey Cup in 2002 with Edmonton. Or excuse me, no, they were both with Montreal. It was in Edmonton.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I see Mike O'Shea going over to Toronto.
Honestly, he's my front runner by far.
I think he's the front runner.
Two guys. I think there's only 2 guys on that list that are.
We thought we knew who the front runner in Ottawa was, and we were all wrong there.
Mike O'Shea and Chris Jones are the only 2 of those 14 that I think have a shot at the game at the job.
I didn't even see Chris Jones on the list.
I don't think Chris Jones was on that list.
No.
Yes, he is.
Not on the list.
Is he?
No. Read the article you post, sir.
I did read through it. I don't remember Chris Jones being mentioned.
I don't remember seeing him.
But maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, he is there. Yeah, he's right under Jarius Jackson.
Read the whole article.
How does Jarius Jackson make that list?
Well, I don't know.
Exactly.
You know
I don't
what?
know.
Well, hold on a second. You got to look at it. Is that after he took over as interim coach in Edmonton, after they fired Chris Jones, he went 7-5 with not a very good team.
7-6.
So 7-6, but still with a poor team.
Here's the thing. Maybe Chris Jones can do one of those 2 roles. He can't do both, but maybe he can do one of the 2.
I know which role Chris Jones can do the defensive coordinator's role. Yes. That's it.
I would love to have seen him in BC as the defensive coordinator. But that
mastermind at defenses.
I have to agree with you. You cannot make him the GM. And with Pinball Clemens and John Murphy as GM in Toronto, there's no way he's getting that position. No. If he comes back to the CFL, he is coming back at most as a head coach.
Yeah.
Which I think he would do very well at in Toronto. Beside the point, you don't think Mark Mueller would be?
No, he's not ready.
He doesn't have enough experience.
He's not ready. Orlando
he's only 2 years in.
You know, Peter Costanza might be a decent guy, but
that was one name that intrigued.
He's been a lifetime, assistant coach. So I don't know. And let's see who's the other guy.
All these guys are going to get their shot. It's just whether or not.
Brent Monson, I wouldn't let him coach a bunch of junior high kids, to be honest with you.
No. Kevin Eben.
Whoever he is.
He was a
linebacker coach for the Argos.
Yeah. And he was a long-time Argo player as well.
Yeah. There's a few of the people in here on the list that are coordinators and or coaches for the Argos, and whether or not they could be promoted from within.
How come what's his name's not on this list?
Who?
The ex-head coach of Ottawa.
Bob Dice.
Bob Dice.
He's going back to coach high school football.
Hey, Rick, he may end up in Winnipeg in place of O'Shea.
There you go. I still don't think O'Shea's going anywhere, but that's just me.
You said he's one of the number 1 candidates, one of 2 candidates for Toronto.
No, I said he's one of the 2 on there that could do the job, I think. They would be the top 2 picks on the team.
And I'm
who knows? Maybe they'll pick someone that's not even on that list.
It happened in Ottawa.
I'm surprised what's his name isn't on this list. Austin, because CJ likes him so much.
I heard somebody else. He wasn't on that list, but I heard somebody else suggest that today.
Yeah.
that he might be a guy they might be interested in.
Austin should be banned from the CFL. Fucking loser.
Yeah, there's some
no use for that man.
There's some people in a couple of the chat rooms that are saying that. Now I've lost my train of thought. We were just talking about somebody. Who did you just mention, Charles?
Austin.
Kent Austin?
Kent Austin.
Nope. You said a second name. Campbell.
Rick Campbell.
Rick Campbell.
Yeah, there's some people predicting he'll be the next guy in Winnipeg.
Yuck.
Oh,
Agreed. Yeah, some of the chat rooms.
I'm still waiting for Dave Dickinson to go.
That would be awesome.
I'm waiting for Dave Dickinson to go to pure GM for his brother to be the head coach for Calgary.
Shut the fuck up.
Maybe he'll end up in Toronto.
And then Jake Mayer will go back and be the starting quarterback.
Yeah, okay. Did you invite this guy on the podcast, CJ?
In his final press that his number one concern is getting a second and third string quarterback in Calgary. He's comfortable with Vernon Adams, but he wants to fill his QB room. And I don't think PJ Walker is on that list.
I think his days are over in Calgary.
You know what? I think any team that gets a decent backup quarterback is ahead of everybody else.
100%.
Because look at how many, I'm sure every quarterback in the CFL got injured this year. Right?
Almost.
Close.
Almost. Bo Levi Mitchell played every game.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah.
Harris was out game one.
Adams missed a game and Harris missed a game.
Yeah, Adams missed 2 games. Harris missed
1.
Technically, Cody didn't miss anything.
Yeah, well, he was a backup.
He was a backup early, though.
He was a backup, remember? So
that's what I said, technically.
Yeah.
Well, no different. Arbuckle's the backup too, is he not?
Yep.
Technically,
there's an argument that could be made that Chad Kelly's the number one quarterback in Toronto.
And I wonder if Dinwiddie liked Chad Kelly or if Pinball liked Chad Kelly.
I think it was Pinball.
I'm not sure
I'm
how
wondering
you can
if,
argue that one.
I'm wondering if that was part of the reason.
Will be if Chad Kelly stays in Toronto or he ends up in Ottawa.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. If he'll follow him to Ottawa. We'll see.
Yeah.
Then we'll know who was really a Chad Kelly fan.
It was clear he was injured. They just didn't play him, which they shouldn't have. But at the same point in time, Bo Levi Mitchell and Hamilton had that 1 year where he's out there and said, I don't know how you don't play your starting me in the playoffs when the other guy did bad and had me come back, and he did. So.
True.
Anything is possible.
Everything is possible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, once again, there's a power struggle. The Bo Levi thing, there was an interview this year where it said that he did some things that Toronto's Milanovich. He did some things that Milanovich, big no for him. Yeah. And if you do what he says is not right, you're not going to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who you are.
He did these things. Scott said, don't do them. Yep. And he went out and did it again.
Yeah.
And Scott put him on the bench.
Yeah. And enough to not.
That has always been a Bo thing. That's always been.
He said as soon as he threw the ball, he was like, "Yep, I'm benched."
I used to sit and watch Bo on the sidelines in Calgary. He used to argue with Dinwiddie. He used to argue with Dave Dickinson. He used to argue with all the coaches because he's always thought he was smarter than he thinks he is.
Yeah.
I guess.
And just think of it too, that if Taylor Powell doesn't get injured, this big comeback that he's had may never ever have happened.
No.
Oh, I don't know about that because I don't think Taylor Powell is even close to Bo Levi. Sorry.
Scott Milanovich put Bo on the bench put Taylor Powell in, and Taylor Powell was playing good football.
Yep.
And if he did not get hurt, would Bo Levi Mitchell have ever gone back on the field?
Yes.
No.
Depends if he was playing. Depends if, unless he went into like a big slump, which is possible. But
once again, you guys are talking about a guy who barely played and how great he is. Okay.
He would not. He isn't great, but he was playing good football.
Yeah,
he
but
was.
I said he was playing good football. I never said he was playing awesome football. He wasn't Davis Alexander football. But he was winning games, and that's what all that matters, right? William, it's the W.
Well, actually, the W at the end of the year is what matters most, CJ.
It does. You can't win it if you're injured.
Not how many games you play. Sorry. So, anyways, it'll be interesting. So, how come they announced this 2 weeks before the fucking Grey Cup?
I don't know. You know, and you remember when my hero, Jeffrey Orlich, was the commissioner? He made rules, anti-tampering rules, that said that you weren't allowed to negotiate with another team's coaches prior to the end of this Grey Cup, the season.
Yeah.
Okay? Because Saskatchewan stole Chris Jones from Edmonton while Edmonton was still going into the Grey Cup. Okay? Negotiations were going on. What's that?
Don't worry, we all regret that one.
Yeah, not everybody. Anyhow, so that rule's in place. You're not allowed to talk to coaches until after the Grey Cup game. How can you announce Ryan Dinwiddie? Yes, at least both of these teams, Ottawa and Toronto, are out of the playoffs. So at least that was a little bit respective, but it's a violation of the league rules. Why are the league rules not being enforced?
Commissioner doesn't care.
No, he just wants to move the fucking goalposts.
Well, I think also, too, it will also depend if Toronto gave Ottawa permission and both their team seasons are over. I think that could have an effect on it, too. Because my understanding,
I still don't think it should.
Didn't need permission.
Why?
Because
he's still under contract.
Yeah, but he was applying for the head coach and general manager job. You don't need permission. As long as you move up. No, you don't. As long as you move up, you can do whatever you want.
William, learn the rules.
I don't think that's true.
You have to ask permission to do that. And if it is a promotion to a senior position, then the team does not have the right
to
block them from doing that. Okay, you can match it, but you can't block him from doing it. And that was because Kent Austin did it with Noel Thorpe at the same time. I think it was the same year.
Ottawa phoned Pinball and said, "Okay, Pinball, we're going to offer him the coach and the GM job." And Pinball said, "Okay, because I want to keep my job as GM."
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
You still have to have permission, especially when they're under contract. And Ryan Dinwiddie's contract is not expired in November.
Okay. I stand corrected.
I don't know. They shouldn't have done it before a Grey Cup, though.
No, they shouldn't. Yeah, it's just it kind of takes the steam away from the Grey Cup.
Yeah, because now when the TSN people come on for their pregame, that's all it's going to be is, "Oh, look what happened."
Yep. Okay. The internet says that the Toronto Argonauts granted the Ottawa Redblacks permission to talk to Ryan Dinwiddie.
Yeah.
Simple Google search. There it is. So all above board, no rules broken. Move on.
Well, I'm not saying that anything nefarious happened. I'm just saying that it shouldn't have happened before the Grey Cup.
But is there rules in place? Is there rules in place for that kind of stuff or not?
Yes.
Can't find that one line.
Anti-tampering rules were put in by Jeffrey Orridge while he was commissioner. Have they been changed? Have they been removed? No, I don't believe so. We would have heard about that.
The only rules I can find are asking permission to talk to him.
You got to ask permission to talk to him. But it was not supposed to be done until the season is over. And to me, if the Grey Cup game is not played, the season is not over. Okay, where are we here? That is Ottawa Redblacks, Ryan Dinwiddie, new general manager, 14 candidates. We've done that. 25 all-star selection. Saskatchewan Roughriders leading the league with 9 players. I don't believe that. Is that?
No, there's somebody in the they lead the West. They don't lead 11. The East. Montreal has more. They lead the West.
They lead the West.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why does Hamilton and Montreal lead the league in the most selections? Because the other two teams have none.
That's pretty much it.
Right? At least in the West, there's 4 teams that are fighting for those positions, where in the East, there's only 2.
And that's why they haven't highlighted anything in the East there, because it doesn't really matter.
No. You just fucking pick the whole team, and then that's the All-Stars.
Yeah. You want to know the All-Stars in Montreal? Pick Montreal.
And I want to know, how Robert Carter Jr. did not get selected as Rookie of the Year in the West.
That was robbery. Robbery. It's political. It's all political.
How does he not get selected? Fucking
I don't
boggles
know.
the mind.
I don't know, but who selects these guys?
Sports writers.
The media.
Sports writers.
Well,
media.
There you go. It's a popularity contest, like many other things.
Who are the nominees for the rookie?
Well, it's the center for Saskatchewan, isn't it?
Yeah.
In the West.
There was a couple it was down outright should have been Robert Carter Jr. Flat outright should have been.
I mean, hang on. The trophy is not, and you know what? I would argue this about the center being a more valuable player to the team, because every play that he does his job correctly, he is valuable. Okay?
Yes.
But that's not what the award is. The award is most outstanding. How do you become an outstanding center? What can you do in that job that makes you better than anybody else other than not dropping the ball on the ground?
That's why they need to start going to individual player positions.
Spoken like a true former running back. Like that's the only skill a center has is snapping the ball without dropping it.
Well, no, he's the main communicator on the line.
No fucking kidding. 100%. And one of the top blockers on the line. So
how do you know what
I'm not belittling the position. I'm asking how do you become an outstanding player on the entire team by being a center?
I think it's
he's not nominated. We're talking about a guy that wasn't nominated for outstanding rookie.
What?
The outstanding rookie is Trey Vavel from Winnipeg.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And Devin Versuk from Hamilton.
And in my mind, get it.
And in my mind, the guy from Calgary should have got it, who is the actual center, and he's a rookie.
Okay, then I was talking about the Calgary guy, not the Saskatchewan guy. I don't know. Some center was
wrong
there
too.
Okay.
Trying to remember. Oh, he was nominated. He just didn't get the finals, I think.
That's correct.
Yes.
Who, the guy from Saskatchewan or the guy from Calgary?
The guy from
both.
Both. Both. Okay.
All I'm saying is the outstanding plays this year that Robert Carter Jr. have done were outstanding. And we're still talking about them on TSN panel this weekend.
But one big play that everybody saw, and maybe a second one that everybody saw, does not make up for a season.
But he did this all season.
I think you're going to find that these awards don't turn out to necessarily to be who's earned them. They're going to turn out to be very political.
Yeah, you mean that's how Brady Oliveira got it last year and Zach Collaros got it the year before?
Which is
because they certainly didn't fucking earn it.
No, Chad Kelly got it.
Oh, Chad Kelly got it the year before.
Which is exactly why I believe Bo Levi Mitchell will win it this year. Because every year they've gone to the person that they robbed the next year. This is the first year that they can hand it out where both people legitimately have earned it. So they can give it to Bo Levi Mitchell, have Rourke win Most Outstanding Canadian, and everyone goes, oh, right on.
I honestly don't believe that's going to happen.
I hope it doesn't.
But I honestly didn't believe that Brady Oliveira deserved it over Bo Levi last year, though.
I agree with that as well.
Or the year before.
Hang on. Let's stop for a second. The year before, when Chad Kelly won it, there was nobody else that was outstanding. The award shouldn't have been given because there was nobody that was outstanding that season.
That was Brady Oliveira's best season.
It wasn't fucking amazing.
It was better than any other year he's had.
So you're saying they should have canceled the award because the players were good?
No, award. There was nobody deserved it. Right?
He deserved it way more than Chad Kelly.
And same with the year before with Zach Collaros. The last 3 years, nobody deserved the award, or the person that won it didn't deserve it. Bo Levi should have won it last year, but everybody said, well, his team missed the playoffs, so we can't give him the award. Okay? And which is a viable argument, although I disagree with it.
Okay? If you're on that shitty of a team, how do you put up those numbers?
I don't know. Mike Riley did it.
Yeah.
And I thought he was fucking amazing.
Is it a player award or is it a team award?
It's a player award.
It's a player award.
Exactly.
It's an outstanding player.
So it doesn't matter the team record.
Bo Levi Mitchell was outstanding on a very shitty team. Right? I mean, if you look at it, when we're talking about coaches, oh, look, Michael Dennis. Are we going to bring Michael in?
Yep.
Should we bring Mikey in?
Sure.
I thought he was at a basketball game.
No, yeah, he said he was at
a fundraiser. No, see, he's all dressed
up.
up.
Fundraiser. Look at that.
He was at a Cody Fajardo fundraising thing. Okay.
It's the fact.
Absolutely.
Trying to keep Cody Fajardo from working at Chick-fil-A.
Was he in there doing his spins?
I was out there doing my spins and dancing.
Hello, Michael Dennis. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Awesome. Doing awesome. Had a good time tonight.
Good. There you go. Okay, this has been Let's Talk CFL podcast episode. Thank you very much for being.
Good night, everybody.
We're not there yet, Mike. But that was pretty funny.
Was funny.
Okay.
Looking good there, Mike.
Thank you.
Let's go through these nominations. Where are the CFL? You got them up, Charles?
The CFL award nominations?
Yes.
Okay, I do have them up. Yes. Okay.
So should we pick our winners on this?
Yes.
Okay. First one, we're going to start with Most Outstanding Player, or the George Reed Award. Nathan Rourke of the BC Lions and Bo Levi Mitchell of the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Cody Fajardo.
All right, disconnect them. Cody Fajardo.
That's 2 votes.
No, not a vote. No.
Okay, so we got the MOP between Nathan Rourke and Bo Levi Mitchell. Rick, who would you like to select?
I'm going to say they're going to give it to Rourke.
You got a Rourke. Willie.
I don't want them to give it to him, but I'm going to say they're going to give it to Rourke.
Between Rourke and Mitchell, who do you think is going to get it?
And these guys have already been, the winners have already been picked. Is that correct?
I don't know if
so.
they've been picked yet, or the award dinner is between the finals and the Grey Cup. So we could be doing this.
They do it on like Thursday or Friday of the Grey Cup week.
Yeah, so we could do this next week on the next week podcast if you want, or we can do it right now.
No.
I say
what
right
I'm
now.
asking, what
No,
I'm
I think
asking is,
they've been voted on by now.
I was going to say, that's what I'm asking, Charles. Have
I
they
would
been
hope
voted
so.
on yet?
I believe they've been.
I would think so.
To my knowledge, it doesn't. Because I don't believe it includes the playoffs, so it's only regular season based.
Okay, I am going to go with Bo.
You're going with Bo. Okay. Mike.
To me, there's no question. It's Nathan Rourke.
Okay. Scott.
I think it should be Nathan Rourke, but I think they're going to give it to Bo.
What do you want me to put down for your selection?
Bo.
Well,
Charles?
it's not a matter of who we think they're going to pick. It's who do you think, Scott, should be the MOP?
No, I can't pick that way because I don't think it's going to go that route. I think it's political based, not
Hey, Mike,
anything else.
just for reference sake, see the guy with the big S on his head? Okay, you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He picked the BC Lions to beat Regina. Okay.
How many losses have I had this season?
Not many. One.
Not many.
I'm in complete
I
shock.
pick who I think will win, not who I want to win.
Are you taking Rourke, Charles?
Well, yeah. And
Well,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, if he wins, it's wrong. If he doesn't win, it's wrong. But
Yes.
it could happen, but I'm
Okay.
taking Rourke.
I'm
He was
taking Rourke.
by
So
far
we've
the
got-
most outstanding in my mind.
Willie and Scott are going with Bo. The rest are taking Rourke. Most outstanding defensive player. Who are the nominees?
The nominees are Matthew Betts for the BC Lions or Julian Hauser from the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Rick.
I'm thinking, move on to somebody else.
William.
Julian Hauser.
William's taking Hauser. Michael.
Julian Hauser.
Charles.
Homer.
I really want Betts to win. No, you know what? I really want Betts to win. He's had a great year, but I think it's going to be Julian Hauser.
Scott.
I'm going to say Julian Hauser as well.
DJ is going to take Matthew Betts. I'm just doing the Homer shit because I believe it's correct. I don't hear Hauser's name enough during the year to know that he actually exists. So that's what I'm going on is how many times do you hear this guy's name in a football game?
I've watched every game he's played.
Yeah, and how many times have you heard his name?
Lots.
Lots.
Okay.
You do hear it quite a lot.
Rick?
I'll go with Hauser just because I want to be contrary to CJ.
Okay. So that's it. CJ's the only one taking Matthew. The rest of them are doing Hauser. Most outstanding Canadian, and the nominees are.
Who the fuck cares?
This is the tallest midget award.
Nathan
Like,
Rourke.
It's like a rouge on a field goal. Who cares?
Charles?
Nathan Rourke of the BC Lions and Isaac Ademi Berglund from the Montreal Alouettes.
Oh, okay.
Rick?
Nathan Rourke, he's Canada's boy.
William?
Well, I said he wasn't going to win outstanding. So if he wins outstanding, he'll win that one too. Shit. No, I'm going to go with Berglund.
Okay. Michael?
Berglund.
Really?
Sorry.
You took Rourke for MOP, but most outstanding Canadian, you're going somewhere else? How is that even remotely possible?
He's not
Scott.
aware of it. Christopher, you should educate him.
I don't know how you can be a Canadian can be nominated for MOP and not for most outstanding Canadian. So it'd be Nathan Rourke.
Exactly.
Okay, I changed my vote. It's Rourke.
Oh,
I'm not making you change your vote.
Well, it would be, it's ridiculous if they made him MOP and didn't give him best Canadian.
Why the crap
100%.
is there an outstanding Canadian award?
Because we have a ratio.
The Canadian Football League.
It's got nothing to do with having a Canadian Football League.
How
Charles?
often, educate
especially in
me,
a couple of years.
how often does, if one wins the MOP, do they always get the outstanding Canadian?
If they're
Randy
Canadian.
Oliveira.
If they're Canadian,
If they're
probably.
Canadian,
Yeah.
they have to win it. It's absolutely asinine not to.
That's
Rourke.
correct.
Yeah.
Rourke.
Okay, so
Well, look
honestly,
at that, CJ. We agree on one thing.
to me, this is a straight up slam dunk. It's going to be Nathan Rourke because either he's the outstanding player, and it would be foolish if he didn't win the outstanding Canadian, and if he doesn't win outstanding player, this is his consolation prize. So either way, it's going to go to Rourke. I'm sorry.
You can't be nominated for
award
MOP
is-
and not get most outstanding Canadian.
Yeah, that's absurd. Even
Yeah.
nomination, that's absurd.
Yeah.
So the only Rourke's got right across the board, except for William, who is just not picking anything to do with BC Lions because he's just pissed
I
off
watched-
they beat the Stampeders last
hold on,
weekend.
hold on. I watched a Demi Berglund in Calgary for many years, and then he went to Montreal, and he's been great for the last 2 years in Montreal. That's why I picked him.
I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just saying he's
And
not
on top of
absolutely
that,
outstanding.
Once again, I'm not saying anything about. Oh yeah, Nathan Rourke, he broke all those Canadian records, didn't he, this year?
Yep.
So Russ Jackson is rolling over in his grave. Wait, he's not dead yet. So okay.
I was going to say.
And Jerry DiTilio.
I don't know how you break Canadian records and not become the outstanding Canadian. I just don't understand that one. Most outstanding lineman. Can you do this one, Charles, please? Nominees are.
All right, the nominee for outstanding lineman, Jamarcus Hardrick from the Saskatchewan Roughriders, up against Brandon Revenberg of the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Tough one. Not really.
I don't think it is.
It is a tough one.
We're going to go backwards. I'm going to do CJ first. I'm taking Revenberg. Charles?
Brandon Revenberg, this one, this is easy to me.
Scott?
Yoshi.
You going with
Ooh.
Yoshi?
Yeah.
Okay. Mike?
Rivenberg.
William?
Ask Ricky. I'll decide in a minute.
How do I not go for no lineman with the name of Jamarcus?
You going with Hardrick?
Jamarcus, yep.
William?
Yeah, I'll go with Jamarcus too.
Okay. Okay, so we got a split 3-3. Jamarcus Hardrick or Revenberg. 3-3. Most outstanding safety. No, special teams. And the nominees are.
Okay. Somehow the nominee is Trey Vabel of Winnipeg. They never heard of Sean White. Up against Liram Hiralahu from the Toronto Argonauts.
I don't even want to pick. Rick, go ahead.
Vavel.
What's that?
Vavel.
Oh, yeah. Vavel, is it with a V?
Yeah.
Yeah.
V. He had
Okay.
a terrific year.
William.
You know, I think it's an award enough that you actually get to make money and you get to miss field goals all the time. So I don't think kickers should ever get any award. So I'm going to pick Vavel too.
Mike.
Gavel.
Scott.
Babel.
Charles.
Vabel.
CJ's do it, making it unanimous. Okay. Most outstanding rookie. And the nominees are, I'm just going with Robert Carter Jr.
That's who one of my pick. But again, it's Trey Vavel again making his second appearance against Devin Verasuk of the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Ooh, middle linebacker guy.
Yeah.
They cut their starter because this guy came in as a rookie.
They did,
cut him
yeah.
second or third game. And
William, who are you taking?
And the TSN guys just flap their lips about him constantly.
They love him. Yeah.
And every time I've watched him, he's gotten hurt. So, yeah, you know what? Special teams, as opposed to starting defensive guy, go with the guy in Hamilton.
What's his name?
I don't know.
Vavel.
What's his name?
No,
I mean,
the
is
it?
Hamilton,
Verasuk.
Verasuk. Yeah, Verasuk, please.
So they're both V's?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess they are.
How do I give me some definite? Okay, I'll call it Hamilton. Williams going with Hamilton. Hamilton and Winnipeg. Scott, what do you want?
Hamilton.
Mike?
Hamilton.
Charles?
Hamilton.
CJ's doing Hamilton. Rick, what are you doing?
Hamilton. You don't get to be rookie of the year playing special teams.
There you go.
Unless you're a kicker.
Is there anybody else? Oh, Coach of the Year. Coach of the Year. Ryan Dinwiddie is gone to Ottawa.
Not there. Yep. He's not in this
okay.
discussion. It's Corey Mace of the Saskatchewan Roughriders and Jason Moss of the Montreal Alouettes.
Oh.
I don't think it's tough.
Jason Moss.
Jason Moss.
Hey, Rick, you going with Jason?
Yep.
William?
No, I'm going with Corey Mace.
Mike?
Moss.
Jason Moss. Scott, what do you want? You taking Corey?
Oh, 100%.
Charles?
I'm also going to take Corey Mace.
I'm going to take Corey Mace only because I don't think the writers like Jason Moss enough.
I respect what he's done. I mean, his quarterback was out half the season.
100%.
And they lost most of those games.
Yeah, they did. Good point. Good point, Scott.
Moss has not done anything this year better than what Mace has done with the Riders. Nothing.
I think Montreal's a pretty good organization, and that's why I picked Mace.
And I think Mace got screwed out of it last year.
Yeah, I do too.
Mace is a good coach. I like him.
Yeah.
Okay, there's our selections. I don't know. Do we give these to Sparky?
Yeah, let's give them Sparky.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, put them on a pretty list or something. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. So, disappointment fueling the desire to stay as Calgary Stampeders clean out their lockers. Oh my God. Yeah, Dave was not real happy in his final interview there. He was definitely disappointed. He thought that they had won that game or should have won that game. And he thought that they did. They did it. Hang on, let me back up for a second. I believe the Calgary Stampeders had an amazing season in comparison to what they were last year.
100%.
Astronomical improvement that I honestly did not think was possible, considering the personnel that they kept. If you listen to Sparky at the beginning of the season, why would we? No, sorry, Stephen, I didn't mean that. You said Calgary's defensive backfield is going to suck. There's nobody back there. Well, I think their defensive backfield was fairly stout this year, and I don't really think that was a problem. So I'm really impressed with what Calgary did this year, and I understand their disappointment. But I think that you can't expect miracles in a one-season turnaround.
It's happened before.
It has happened before.
Yeah.
But it's happened mid-season.
I think he's also got to give up the reins of head coach.
Agreed. It's too much for one person.
Can't be both.
I'm not going to dispute that. I just don't think he should be either.
And you know what? One of the names that are on that 614 guy list is Pat Delmonico. Okay, he's their offensive coordinator. I think they might give him head coach job just so he doesn't go away.
You're not going to give it to Craig Dickinson?
Special teams coaches make great head coaches.
Yeah.
Yeah, we proved that with Craig Dickinson, right?
Well, once again,
but we also proved it with Mike O'Shea, or did we?
Once again, if you talk about Calgary's season being a success, it was a success, but I still don't think, I can't believe I'm going to say this, I still don't think they have the quarterback to win the Grey Cup.
My question would be is, how do you take Vernon Adams and, I don't know if the word control him is the right word, but control his slumps? How do you control that?
You've got to coach him.
No. I believe that he's got a big head problem, and it has to do with confidence. And I don't think, if he hasn't gotten over it yet, I don't think he ever is going to get over it.
Well, I think
if they had to beat BC last week, they would have went far. I really think they would have went far, because his confidence would have been out of this world. And I mean, I still believe that mistake he made right before halftime was just pure stupidity.
It had to have shattered him. Had to have.
So yeah, but that mistake going into halftime, wouldn't that be on Dickinson? Because he had to remind him that you only had 8 seconds on the clock.
It's on both.
He's a full-grown man. He's a quarterback. He should know the time situation. Come on.
Throw it out of bounds. Shouldn't have to be reminded.
Throw it out of bounds.
It's on the big clock.
They shouldn't have even done that.
Tried.
Kick the field goal, get the points.
It's the coach's job. The coach should have kicked the field goal.
If the pass wasn't there, he should have thrown the ball into the ground, and that was it.
Yeah,
I agree with CJ. It shouldn't have even been offense on the field. Kick the field goal.
Kick the field goal. Take the points. Go to halftime.
Shut up and do it. I think that they should have took the field goal and the points. However, you cannot assume anything as a coach. You remind even a star-studded player, you've got 8 seconds.
But you're also in the playoffs. You need to take points. If they were on like the 10-yard line, I get it. But they weren't.
No. They should have took the points. And if they did, it would have been in overtime.
Kick the fucking ball. Well,
and again, even if
you shot in the 30-yard line is a low.
But I have no problem with them not relying on a fucking kicker, okay? Just saying. Because I wouldn't have tried to kick a field goal there. I would have went to the end zone. But I'm never going to kick field goals.
But Rene Paredes is pretty automatic.
As he misses the convert on a...
Yeah, but all the good ones miss converts. All the good ones do.
In the biggest game you've had in 5 years.
Look at Castillo in Winnipeg. He's missed quite a few.
William,
yes.
You made a comment that said that the Calgary Stampeders were greatly improved this year, but you still do not believe that they have the quarterback to win the Grey Cup with.
Correct.
Who do you anticipate to be in that position?
He's not here yet.
He's not in the league?
Well, no, he's not in the league.
Okay. So then you don't have a lot of faith for the Calgary Stampeders next year.
Maybe Vernon will surprise me. And if you remember, because you just brought up what I said, remember I've been saying for the last 3 years, Vernon Adams has never been the big one, so I don't know.
Yeah,
He's won one playoff game.
The last
have
3
said
weeks
on numerous occasions that Vernon Adams has never been on a good team. When he came to the Lions, they still weren't a good team, but they were better than average, and he made them amazing. They went 7-1 before he was injured.
Yeah.
This year with Calgary, Calgary was a rebuild, and he dominated it in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder. You see, it's funny because he played a couple of games this year and he lost his confidence. Well, if you remember last year in BC against Toronto, second game or third game of the year, he threw six interceptions, and he was fine after that. He still won games after that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It goes week to week. I think Mike was trying to say something.
I think they should take $100,000 and buy him a permanent psychologist who sits with him all the time and messes with his head. Okay.
I don't think $100,000 is enough money, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, it's the CFL, CJ. It's got to be enough money.
But when you air the ball out as much as like he does, the interceptions happen.
They do.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care who you are.
Michael, you have the floor. What would you like to say?
I think that the last 3 weeks of the season, Calgary was playing more like they did the first half of the season. And most of us were in agreement that Calgary at one point in the year was playing the best football of anybody in the league.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that the defense came back the last 3 weeks. His decline, the Calgary decline began with the 2 games with Edmonton, and then he carried it over to the next game. I think that was against Saskatchewan, I think.
But bottom line, Mike, is they could not beat the Grey Cup champions this year.
The Lions or Ottawa?
No.
Couldn't beat Ottawa.
No, Montreal.
True. I just think that what he's done after this year, he's done a good job. I think Dickinson should give up the coaching and become a general manager. I think he did a pretty good job getting the players and retooling that team. And I will leave it up to you guys to pick the coach.
But now he's got to keep that team, which is not something they do in Calgary.
So Vernon Adams is in my top 3 quarterbacks for the future of the CFL that we currently have.
Yeah.
I have to put him in the same list with Rourke and Alexander. I can't put anybody else on that list.
I'd throw Cody in there.
Him and his spin move.
Yep.
I'm the only guy that
Rourke is learning it.
I believe in Cody. I think next year Cody's going to take us to the playoffs.
You're welcome to believe. Okay, here's the question for you, Mike.
Yep.
If the Edmonton Eskimos or Edmonton Elks, my apologies, make it to the playoffs next year, which Western team isn't?
Winnipeg.
That's the question I have. For somebody to get better, somebody has to be worse.
It'll be Winnipeg or Calgary.
Winnipeg misses the playoffs.
If they make it, it'll be crossover.
That may be.
I'll take crossover.
It doesn't matter. Somebody's still going to miss out.
Don't take crossover. It never works.
Hey, Scott.
That's an honest question. I honestly want to know, who do you believe is going to be the worst team in the Western Division next year? Because right now, for the last 5 years, it's been Edmonton.
What was Saskatchewan's record, Scott, when Cody got his first official year as their number 1 quarterback?
Oh, I don't know, but here's the thing though, is he did a very good job that year. However, a lot of quarterbacks do well in their first year because no one knows what they're about, how they operate, how to defend them, anything like that.
Well, but you're talking about his first year. I'm talking in reality. His first year was his first
real year.
Yes,
after COVID. Oh, he was
been
horrid.
2021, I think.
He was horrid. He would go for a long bomb and be short or long by 20 yards.
Because he signed that contract and they made him the number one quarterback.
Right.
So
and I
well, if you're going to take a look at the team that's going to be in dead last place next year, it has to be Winnipeg on the West.
I would agree.
Yeah,
they absolutely need to rebuild that team.
Because they're not going to have a quarterback next year.
Well, they're going to have Caleros.
He's already said that he's already said he'll only come back if the core comes back. So if O'Shea leaves and Oliveira leaves, he ain't coming back. He'll retire.
I'm sorry. The core bringing that core back again is detrimental for that franchise because that core they've had their day. It's over now. Yeah. They're just going to be another year older, another year more. They need to start thinking about the future.
Yeah, they have to now.
They've had a good run, 6 straight Grey Cup appearances.
5.
Okay, 5 straight. Still pretty good.
Get it right.
They need
Charles
to rebuild.
Why can't you be proud of the fact that they got to 5 consecutive Grey Cups? That's an astound. That's great, but at some point you got to rebuild.
But here's the thing, Mike. They got to 5, outstanding. Why did they lose the last 3? That's why changes are coming. You can't
look at last year. How did Winnipeg why was Winnipeg the dominant team in the West last year?
Nobody else was any good.
Because BC, Calgary, Saskatchewan didn't play really well, and Edmonton was just being Edmonton. Okay? It's not setting the bar very high to be the best team in the Western Division last year.
Regardless of all that,
it was one of the worst years for the West.
And they didn't start well.
Bullshit.
We almost had an Eastern crossover.
Regardless of all that bullshit, CJ, they were still the best in the West. So you can come up with any reasons why they were or why they weren't. They were the best. So get over it and move on.
But there's reasons why. You have to accept that.
There's always reasons
why.
There is reasons why.
Great.
Because they won more games than the other teams. That's what it's about.
So hey, Mike, the rumor mill right now that I've heard is that Edmonton is going to try really hard in the off season to sign Jake Maier.
God, no. No,
I'm okay with that.
Jake Maier's going to Edmonton.
No doubt about it.
I'm okay with that.
Him and Killam were like this, by the way, in Calgary.
No.
Will, right there.
No way.
You're such a dick, Will.
Yes, I am.
God,
him and Cody could be a great 1-2 punch.
Are you joking?
Absolutely.
On defense or what?
If you had Jake Maier and Zach, if you had Jake Maier and Cody Fajardo on the same team, who would you have as the starter?
Well, there's no doubt who the starter is. It's Fajardo.
I wouldn't.
Fajardo's the best quarterback, is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Even though you won't admit it, just because you don't believe it,
because he's not.
He is.
No. How?
He's not in the top 8.
Mike, he had the opportunity against BC, whether they had the opportunity or not. They went into that game thing with the possibility of saying, hey, if we win this game, or that weekend, if we win this game, we could be in the playoffs. And what did Cody do? Me. I'm going to win this game. And he didn't.
He crumbled.
Even after that game,
Mike, you were being extremely critical of him.
And it starts with your quarterback. He is the captain of your team.
You say something, huh?
He is the catalyst.
Let me put it to you this way. Of all the quarterbacks that are in the league that are currently playing in the league that we have an ability to get. Fajardo is the only quarterback that can win. We're not going to get Nathan Rourke. That's never going to happen. We're never going to get Davis Alexander. Who else of the other quarterbacks in the league do I want?
If there was a fair trade, there was
Kelly.
a fair trade in the league right now, would you trade Bo Levi Mitchell for Cody Fajardo?
Absolutely.
Not a chance.
You would take Mitchell?
Yeah, I would.
Would you take Caleros?
No.
I would, in a heartbeat. Would you take Harris?
No, he's too old.
Yes, in a heartbeat. Okay.
They're all too old.
Would you take Vernon Adams?
Yes.
Would you take Rourke?
Of course.
Would you take Alexander?
Of course.
Okay. Right now, you've just put Cody, 6th or 7th in the league.
Yeah, but it's a 19 league. It's pretty bad when you've only got, as far as real good quarterbacks, as Davis, Alexander, Nathan Rourke, Bo Levi Mitchell. I think Brewer or the guy at Ottawa is too inconsistent.
What would Drew Brown? We're not even talking about him. I didn't bring him up.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't bring him up.
You have to understand, Cody Fajardo was in Saskatchewan for a few years. He did nothing there. Nothing.
What kind of players did he have around him?
What's that?
What kind of players did he have around him?
They had
Saskatchewan went 13-5.
Yep.
Didn't Fajardo win a Grey Cup
they
in
went
Montreal?
13-5 and crumbled.
Yeah.
Fajardo has got 2 Grey Cup rings.
One of the backup and one in Montreal that was built around their defense.
Yep.
That's better than Jake Mayer.
No one's saying Jake Mayer's good.
Jake Mayer's only been in the league for 4 or 5 years, Mike.
That's how this all started, guys. You brought
Cody
up Jake
Fajardo
Mayer
has been in the league when Ricky Ray was in Toronto.
I still believe in Cody Fajardo. I'm sorry, I believe in him. I think he's a good quarterback.
You know what? He may be the best option for Edmonton at this point in time.
Yes.
But that means that Edmonton's not going to be that good of a team. Because
I beg to differ.
For Edmonton to get better, they have to be better than the other teams. And right now, the other teams are better.
Mike, I'll make you a deal. Where do you think Edmonton is going to finish the year next year under Cody? If they have Cody. Second? If they do not finish second, I will wear an Edmonton jersey.
You will?
I'll buy one.
Who are they going to jump?
The best case they have is crossover.
Yeah, they're not going to get anywhere near second. They may get if Winnipeg starts to rebuild, they may get past Winnipeg. They're not going to jump Calgary. They're not going to jump BC, and they're not going to jump Saskatchewan. Because all 3 of those teams have better quarterbacks than right there.
Well, we don't know what's going to happen with Harris.
True.
And we don't know what's going to happen with Caleros.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Even if Harris retires, I'll take Mayer over Cody.
Yeah, but the other thing you got to keep in consideration is that BC wins. If BC wins a Grey Cup this year, are you going to have Nathan Rourke?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's signed for 1 more year.
Doesn't mean anything, Charles, and you know it.
No, that's true. But I don't think he's going right back to the NFL right away, because we were talking about that before.
I think he's smart enough to stay here for a little while.
He needs to play at least 2 or 3 more years before he can try the NFL, even think about trying the NFL again. And we were talking about this earlier. And especially with quarterbacks, you got to be here several years. You just don't have one good year and go down to the NFL. It doesn't work like that for most positional players, but especially a quarterback. Look at Warren Moon. Warren Moon needed 5 Grey Cups before he had to go to the NFL.
I think Buck Pierce will have had that conversation with him to say, hey, here's where you are.
Mm-hmm.
I personally would like to see Nathan stay in the CFL his entire career.
I think it's possible. I think it's possible.
So would any CFL fan, regardless of what team you cheer for.
Because I don't
the
think
league is a better place with Nathan Rourke playing quarterback in it.
We need quarterbacks in the CFL.
I don't think he'd get off the bench in an NFL uniform.
I don't think so either.
So here's a question for you. The injured Curtis Rourke, currently with the San Francisco 49ers, I believe.
No, he's still in college.
He's
with the NFL
by the 49ers.
Injury.
Oh, is he?
Injury reserve.
Yeah. But he's on IR.
He is under contract with the with San Francisco 49ers.
Yes, that's correct.
On the injury reserve.
He's on the injury reserve for the 49ers.
Yeah.
Saskatchewan holds his CFL rights. Do we anticipate him in our league?
Yes.
I think that depends.
At some point, I don't know when.
Depends on what Nathan does.
What?
If Nathan goes to the NFL, Curtis will stay down there too. Because apparently, and I don't know this for a fact, I've heard that Curtis is even better than Nathan.
Yes, and bigger.
Yeah.
Here's the difference between the two situations. The NFL drafted Curtis.
Yes,
they did
I was
not
just going to
draft
say
Nathan.
that.
Yep.
Big difference.
But did they draft him because of what they saw in his brother?
Of course not.
No, he was
Brother
a great
doesn't
college
play there.
quarterback.
And
Well, Nathan,
another thing, I need to back up. I need to back up here a bit just to address what Charles was saying. Never compare Warren Moon to these other guys that go down in the NFL. Warren Moon would have been drafted into the NFL if he wasn't a black quarterback.
That's fair.
Yep.
That's a fair point.
And he would have been on a team as a rookie, and he would have started a couple of years after that for sure. So,
and
What about
should.
Jeff Garcia?
What about him?
There's another one. He's another one that
And
spent 4 or 5
isn't
years
Warren
here.
Moon the only? He absolutely is the only. Is he not the only quarterback who's in both Halls of Fame?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
How about Joe Theismann? Is he in the Hall of Fame?
That's broken
Yes.
leg.
I don't think he's in, but I don't think he's in the CFL Hall of Fame, is he?
He's in the NFL Hall of Fame.
Right.
Yeah, I know that. But
Who's that?
CFL, I don't know.
Joe Theismann.
Joe Theismann.
Joe Theismann. I don't think he made the
Okay.
CFL Hall of Fame, but he did start in the CFL.
He wasn't in the
Yeah.
CFL long enough, I
He
don't
was
think.
here for a couple of years, I think, wasn't he? Something like
Doug
that.
Flutie, did he make the NFL?
No,
Yeah, he's not. He's not in the Hall of Fame though.
not even
Not in
close.
the Hall of Fame.
He's in the
That was
CFL
the
Hall of
question,
Fame,
Charles.
and he's also in the College Football Hall of Fame, but he's not
Yep.
in the.
NFL.
Yeah.
That'll never
I don't know.
happen.
I hope that Curtis, regardless of what team, I hope Curtis does come to the CFL because the CFL needs quarterbacks.
Right.
And it'd be
that.
fun to see Rourke versus Rourke.
Oh, that would be great.
The fuck was that?
What is that thing?
What are you doing, Mike?
That's just pussy.
Oh, it's a cat.
He's
I
playing,
don't see anything.
playing with
I thought it was a
his
raccoon for a second.
transgender pussy.
Did I say that? I'm sorry. Oh my God.
You're still a boy.
This is
Okay.
Louis. His name is Louis.
Of course it
We
is.
got to shut down the show now, guys. Sorry
Please.
to.
Okay.
We've been having way too
You're
much fun.
You're putting the wrong part to the camera.
This has been Let's Talk CFL podcast episode number 629. I've been your host, Christopher Jones. I had fun talking football, buddy. All of you. It was a great show. Thank you very much. Scott, say goodnight.
Good night, everyone. Watch the finals this weekend. Going to be some 2 great games.
Rick.
Same. Watch the games. Could be fun. Who knows going to win?
Charles.
Good night. We will have the Grey Cup matchup when we talk to you a week from now. Hopefully the guys in orange are part of that, but we'll see after Saturday night.
We'll definitely see. Michael.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have maybe the best weekend of football. It's going to be 2 great games, and it's going to be an exciting Grey Cup, whoever gets into it.
Too bad Cody won't be there.
Next year.
Oh, he'll be there watching probably.
Oh, yeah.
He might have been.
They always show that they're nominated for awards, aren't they? Williams.
Good night, everybody. Watch football this weekend.
He's got top spin move.
Go Owls. Go Riders.
Go Owls. Go Owls. Definitely. I'm shutting her down.